The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Again, it's Penny. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Block working out of the gun. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Jameis to throw it. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. That is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Locke to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From midfield, here's Locke. Oh, he tries to give it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They'll get this out to Kamara. On the move past the 40. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The Saints at 1 and 3 here in the early part of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw taken in by Landry. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. It looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Inside handoff, Penny.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accused the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They look to throw. It's Locke.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points in the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Locke.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he will take
this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. But if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in this first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Locke. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball, just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case,
well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well, oftentimes in the Hail Mary situations, because you're actually counting on a ball being tipped to give you an extra chance to catch it. They use that training well. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
And as you saw right there, this has got a pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Winston. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf.
On 2nd and 7. Lock. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
3 scores down, not even at halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Lock gonna throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw it is Lock. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Winston.
That's going to be caught downfield by Hill.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield.
He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Thomas has got it, complete.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead. What's good on the extra point. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there, turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Winston. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Lutz with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, It does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And he's into the clear. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it is 42-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They begin with a run by Penny. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Block now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Parker, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 129 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead. And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. Olave over the middle. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third and short yardage. Winston. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. There for the sack, Emerson Griffin. Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And he fires one incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
On 3rd down, Winston. Gets this one to Hill. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He's got a man, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Penny up the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
At the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, Seattle.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Locke to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the
fourth quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Jameis to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. After the turnover, here's Locke.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing now is Locke. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now Winston on 4th down. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
152 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Second and 11 now.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw, Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
On 1st down, Locke. Catch is made by Metcalf. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things?